Good morning, God of Rattlers. What a beautiful morning to be alive. Brr. What's happening? Happy Saturday, beautiful souls. I would like to just say good morning or good night. But here in the Rattle House in the 60, time is an illusion. So when you find this medicine, it's evergreen. I'm just gathering my thoughts after that purge. And if you were in the playground with me, and if you're moving that beautiful body, thank you. I know it's not easy, especially in the world where movement is, it's judged, it's looked down upon if it's not done a certain way. But here, every move, it's divine. Every move is beautiful. And here, movement is medicine. And where is here? Well, here is the Rattle House Playground, ICU ER. And I just want to break that down. The Rattle House is internal. It's in here. And ER means energy release. And morning. ICU means our inner child. I believe that our inner child needs a place to be free through expression, through movement. And how I release my inner child is I drink the holy water, which is Rattle XR Drip, and I unplug. And what do I unplug from? Venom. And Venom is low vibration. And I feel like I just graduated frequency school. There is this beautiful soul that I watch. Her name is Dolores Cannon. And she's been stating that Earth is frequency school. And I really didn't understand it because I wasn't raised that Earth was a school. I just thought Earth was Earth. My own brain is rewiring, and it's a lot to process. So I'm like, what does that even mean? A new Earth, a new school? I'm so confused. So basically, it means, from what I understand, that we all have a soul contract, and then we came here to experience Earth, what it would be like to live on Earth, or experience the human experience. And being on this journey, I'm understanding it more and more. And it's pretty profound when you start to understand what they mean by life is a school and you're here to experience, and you're also here not to fix people. And that is also a news flash because, especially being in healthcare, we are trained and taught to, I don't know if fix is the right word, but I don't know, I guess, yeah, fix. Like if someone has high blood pressure. Okay, what do we do? Okay, well, we need to give them beta blockers, need to check their blood pressure. Fix, fix, fix. So in my brain, for the last 25 years, I have been programmed to think I have to fix people. It's my nature to fix people. But to go back further, when I was a little tank, I just always wanted to help people. And I thought the only way to help people would to be being in healthcare. And I realized there are so many other ways to help people, not just through healthcare. And I'm grateful for that experience. And why am I grateful for that experience? Because I learned so much in healthcare. I've learned that, well, any human being can get sick at any age. It doesn't matter, young, old. And again, my brain, my wiring thought only older people get sick. And I'm here just to state with my own personal experience that it's not true. I have seen young people, 20s, 30s, who have had strokes, who have had just life situations, car accidents. You just never know. And just seeing that as a mirror, I'm like, okay, I really need to take care of my body because our body is so precious. It's our avatar. And they teach you in nursing school that the brain is so vital. You always want to protect the brain. So especially, let's just say for an example, if a resident or a patient fell, that is like number one uno, you want to check the brain, make sure they don't have a concussion or any bruising, because you can't replace the brain. But I've also realized that the brain, with that being said, how I take care of my brain is I don't like to have gunk in my brain. Gunk will be negative thoughts, negative energy, suppressed energy, because I've seen what it has done to the body. So, with that being said, I'm a firm believer in moving the body. I remember I was taking care of this patient, and he was probably in his, 60s, 70s, maybe late 60s, early 70s. The point of the matter is this. He was at the gym, at the facility that I was working at. We had a gym for the physical therapist. And he was just telling me, he's like, man, I woke up one day and I couldn't move my legs. How scary. And yes, there were other things involved, like he used to drink a lot, alcohol. But still, I couldn't imagine just waking up one day and not being able to move my legs. That would freak me out. So yes, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I want to do is move my body. Thank you, God, Spirit, that I can move my body. Wow, because I couldn't imagine. And he would tell me, he would say, yeah, I used to go hiking and I used to run. Allegedly, this is what he says. But no matter what it is, he's at this place now where he can't use his legs. He doesn't have mobility. And that is so scary to me because our body is so precious. So just seeing that, I'm thinking to myself, wow, man, how do I get the word out that moving our body is so vital? Not numbing our body, but moving our body. Numbing can be alcohol, a lot of processed food, sitting on the couch for hours, not moving our body, not being mobile. So that is an example. And then I would see a lot of patients that had strokes, and they would have to learn something simple like feeding themselves again. That's also terrifying. Can you imagine having to learn how to feed yourself again? Something that is so, you don't even think about it. You just go pick up your spoon and eat. However, there are some souls or individuals that don't have that. So again, grateful that my body is functional. So when my feet hit the floor in the morning, I'm like, yes, I need to move. Yes, thank you, God. And when I say move, I don't mean doing 8 steps. I don't mean doing choreography. I don't mean looking at myself and say, I can move I can move better this way or that way. No. No. I feel like there's already enough of that type of energy of the control. And what I mean by control, I mean, for example, this van just drove past. Well, there's a speed limit that says right here 25 miles per hour. Okay, controlling meaning I can't go 30 or 35. Why? Oh, I might get a speeding ticket. Control, there is rules, there are regulations. If you are, for example, when I go to work, I have to wear scrubs. I can't just wear anything I want. Control. If you go to a club, control. Are you wearing the right clothes? Are you the right fit? So, no, I don't want to be controlled. I want to unplug. I want to move my body however that looks. I did the whole control thing, and I'm still doing it. And for once, Rattlers, God, I don't want to be controlled. And I'm pretty sure maybe you don't want to be controlled. Maybe you work at a very stressful job where it's go, deadlines. Maybe you're a nurse, a doctor. Maybe you're in the healthcare world. Maybe you're a police officer. Maybe you're a parent. Or maybe you're just a human. So, more background is I thought being a healthcare worker was going to fulfill my soul. And no, it's stressful, it's nerve-wracking, and being awakened means I see the bigger picture. And the bigger picture that I see, I believe anyone that is working in any job where you have to get a certificate or a license is risky. And I thought that just nurses or doctors or CNAs, I'm talking like in the healthcare world right now, that we were just walking on thin ice. Because what I've realized and what I have seen in my years of working in the healthcare, no one's really safe. I like to do examples. Okay, here's an example. There was a staff member, and we were short-staffed, and the patient wanted to go back to bed. And so the aide was like, I can't find any help. I'm just gonna put you in the bed, which is a big no-no. If a patient is a lift, what I mean by that is a Sarah lift or a Hoyer, unless they have a doctor's order that has literally said, okay, they have been changed to a one-person assist, and I would still double check with therapy, PT, because you just never know. You never want to trust the patient. But anyway, so this aide she's looking for help. She doesn't see help, and she's like, I'll just put you in the bed. Well, unfortunately, the patient fell, broke her femur, and the aide got in big trouble. Now, do you think state cared that they were short-staffed? No. So let's say another example. A janitor is mopping the floor, and she forgets to put up the wet caution sign. A patient is walking, or a resident's walking, they slip and fall, they hit their head. Who do you think's gonna get in trouble? The janitor, the housekeeper. Okay, let's do another example. Let's say you work in dietary. Let's say the patient is a mechanical soft meaning their food is just really broken down so they don't aspirate. And let's just say you're rushing because you're short-staffed and you read the ticket wrong, and instead of giving them a mechanical soft, you give them a regular, and then they choke. Well, that one is a little tricky because technically it would fall on the CNA, whoever gave the patient the meal, because what they teach you is you're always supposed to check the ticket. In the perfect world, right? In the perfect world. So I personally feel as soon as you clock in, no matter who you are in the healthcare, you're on your tippy toes. They don't care if you're short-staffed. They'll say, you know better. And not only that, it's the blame game. So, with that being said, I need to unplug. I need to just move my body however it works, however I need to, because it's stressful out there. And so, with that being said, I feel like it helps me tremendously just to decompress. But with all that being said, being in the healthcare, I love helping people. I really, really, really do. And it really does break my heart when I feel like I can't give my all the way that I want to, because I'm getting pulled left and right in 500 directions, it feels like. And I guess I have just grown a lot of anger and frustration in healthcare, especially when state comes. This is the best part. Here we are breaking our backs, and then, state's in the building. And then all of these people that I haven't never met before come out the woodworks, answering call lights, asking we need this or that. An illusion. And to go deeper, I look at these humans as these are actually human beings, and their lives are in our hands. That is a huge responsibility. Huge. So, I've seen the nurses, I've seen the doctors, I've seen the stress of it all, and I'm just on pause. Wow, what a beautiful morning. So, I have medical experience, yes, tons of it. Well, when it comes to bedside and behavioral health, dementia, Alzheimer's, yeah, absolutely. So then I thought, well, how do I come up with this epic name that really tells the test of time of what I've been through, of what I've created and cultivated? Well, I was infected. And just like there are infections in the 3D world, diseases, I was infected by Venom. And this kind of Venom, I'm talking about a frequency Venom. The matrix, the programming of it all. And what I was bitten by was heartbreak, grief, loneliness, misunderstood, not having a place to belong, not having a place to really release my energy. And I call that suppression. And then I also call it issues in the tissues. And just growing up around family members that have numbed. My dad was an alcoholic. That's numbing in my eyes. And he's no longer here in the physical world. Rest in peace, Dad. Stage 4 colon cancer, tuck him. We've talked about it. We don't need to keep going back in the past. But I've seen suppression. But then let's flip it on to my own self. I used to move my body all the time. And when I lost my father, that kind of went on pause, because if anyone's ever lost anyone, it's rough. And I was also his caretaker, so it was also very challenging to be in that, to wear that hat. So anyway, I had been suppressing my own energy, not moving my body like I used to, and just feeling stuck. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, how do I create something that, one, hasn't been created? Because when I was teaching at LA Fitness for about 6 or 7 years. And what an amazing journey. I met the coolest people, and we're all still like this. But they were calling it Zumba, which was not Zumba, far from it. But they needed to put it in a category. And if you've ever worked with corporate, it's a pain in the ass because controlling. So when I was teaching at Zumba, I was doing exactly what I've been doing, channeling energy and just moving the body. But even then, Rattlers, God, I didn't even know what I was doing. I thought it was dancing, honestly, I really did. And maybe that's what it looks like in the 3D world, but it's not dancing, because I look at dancing as practicing choreography, practice until you can't practice anymore, for perfection. And I'm not here to be perfect. I mean, this morning wasn't perfect. I have my stepdaughters here. I'm ready to shake my ass, twerk, rattle, and I have to keep the volume at the low so I don't disturb the peace. And then I have all this epic music that I'm ready to rattle to, and I can't, because copywritten. So yeah, in the perfect world, I wish I didn't have to worry about any of that. But here we are. So anyway, when I left Zumba, I was thinking to myself, okay, what do I call this? this body movement that I do, this channeling energy that I do, and trying to run a business, which I have no background in business. I have a background in fitness and healthcare. So marketing, all of that, what? That's like a whole second language to me. And it was very frustrating. It was frustrating because I feel like I had to prove something to my partner and to myself, to my friends. I felt like I had to prove that I can do it. I can create. I can, whatever I had at LA Fitness, I can recultivate it, and I can just do it again. I know I can do it. Yes, I can. Absolutely. We can do all things. But Spirit, God has a different way of just showing us the path. And if anyone can relate to this, I think there's so much misunderstanding of trying to build something. And especially in the 3D world, Venom feels like it has to happen overnight. It has to be quick and easy. But how I think about it is, I feel like rushing is not always good. If you are eating really fast, you can choke. If you are rushing to work, you can forget something. Or you can be honking at someone really aggressively. Or let's say you rush into a relationship and it doesn't work out. So there actually is beauty, I believe, in taking your time and not rushing. And that feels good, just to take our time. So anyway, what really did it was I was teaching. Coming up with a name was really interesting because, again, it wasn't Zumba. And I'm thinking, what can I call this? And so I think I called it, that's what it was, Dance Flow. That was the first name that I called it, Dance Flow. Because it is a flow. It's fluent energy. It's a movement. It's raw expression. And I know Venom's not used to seeing that. But I believe, unless I'm the only person that moves her body when the camera's not looking, when your friends are not looking, so be it. And so it is. But the joy it brings just to move, to unplug, to be free in expression. Let's have a seat over here. So anyway, I'm so sore. So anyway, God, this is what happened. I believe this is what unplugged me. Not only losing my dad, but just, this was like the final yank out the socket. So I was feeling a lot of pressure, trying to create a business. And so I had Dance Flow going, and there was just so much pressure that I was putting on myself. Meaning I was living here where I'm at now, and to get to the studio in Tempe, it was about a 25 minute drive. And that might not seem long, but when you get caught in traffic and when you are hosting free classes just to get people in the door, just to feed the ego, it was getting exhausting because I was feeling what was I feeling? I was feeling shit. I guess I was feeling misunderstood. Misunderstood as in there's a lot that actually goes into running a business that I had no idea about. Like the waivers, like the rent, and reaching out to people. I mean, there's just so much that goes with it. And there were so many times where I said, F this. This is for the birds. Because my feelings would get involved when my friends say they would show up and they don't show up, or I forget to collect money from someone, or I forget to have someone sign a waiver. I mean, these are all the things that I'm constantly thinking about, and it makes a huge difference when I'm channeling energy, because I feel like I'm not truly unplugged, if that makes any sense. Because I'm thinking about so many other things. Am I moving too fast? Do they like the music? Is the music too loud? Oh, she's not here yet. Oh, did I get a text? I mean, so I wasn't even giving myself the permission to fully just be in the moment myself, because I was so like doing a 360 awareness and just making sure everything else was okay. And my anxiety is two things. If I have like an issue with the sound, my anxiety, I freak out, because the music is what gets us into that vibe. And if I have a disconnection, or if I can't get into SoundCloud, there's been times where I had this membership with SoundCloud, and if I forget to pay it, I have to hear commercials. I mean, there's just so many things that go on in my brain. And for once, God, it feels good where I don't have to worry about any of that. What a relief. But I feel like Venom doesn't see that. Venom doesn't see the hard work. And not just in this, but into anything. Like, for example, crumble cookies. I love crumble cookies. I'm trying to like... But once in a blue moon, I'll treat myself. But anyway, like just the behind the scenes of creating crumble cookies, and the recipes, and or let's go back to Amazon or Apple or anything where you have put so much work into it, and the outside world is like, tick, tick, you should have been done by now, it's taking so long. Or if you put out something and you get what the F's. But here, that means witness the frequency. So I feel like I'm not the only person that has gone through the battlefield, the arena. That's what it feels like. So anyway, I believe everything has happened for me to be in the healthcare world, where I can step back and say, okay, that's been fun, let's do something different. And also seeing, it's just wild when you don't take care of your body and you see obesity, you see diabetics, you see freak accidents, you see death. That's always very... It used to scare me, but now I look at it as a transition. I don't think death is in all. No, absolutely not. I believe energy does not die. And I'm only speaking from my experience. I feel my dad. I get goosebumps a lot. I feel the energy. And there's just something when I'm moving my body, when I unplug, there's just a source of just vibrational, unconditional love. It literally feels like I'm moving with angels. It's so fun, and it's so rewarding, and so just, it feels like an abundance of love. And I haven't felt that in a very long time. I haven't felt that since I was a kid. And what I mean by that is just, there is a picture of me when I was 4 years old, and that is what I'm remembering when I truly unplug and just letting my body move however it looks. So what I got from healthcare was the doctor and the Dr. Snake. And what I mean by that is, I believe there's so many different types of doctors, right? There's Dr. Dre, and I believe I said this yesterday, but I'll say this again. Dr. Dre, he's not a medical doctor. He's a doctor of producer, of creating beats. There's Dr. Luke, another music producer. And now you have Dr. Snake. And I had to be okay with that. My ego and I had a fucking battle. Because no, I'm not a medical doctor. And truth be told, I don't want to be. That is so much pressure. Fuck that. But we're grateful for them. Absolutely. Like, damn. But here, it means death of the ego, because I had to realize so many things when I had to my ego had to die. It means my job here on earth is not to fix people. And we are not broken. We are already beautiful and whole and complete. And that also takes a lot to process, because the world that we are in and the wiring that has been placed, it looks like, oh, you have to fix someone, or, you should do this, or you should do that. But no. Even I am not broken. I've just been through some shit, but that is why I rattle. And the beautiful thing is I created something. I created an antidote, just like any doctor, right? Or scientist, rather. And I created an antidote to help me release suppressed energy out of my body. And I didn't make it alone. Rattlers helped me, and spirit, God, because I've been affected, and I was affected by abandonment. And if any soul can resonate with this, if you've ever grown up without your biological father or mother, and if you ever wondered, I wonder what it would be like if my real dad was in my life, or my real mom was in my life. I wonder. But now I'm at this place where I understand everything happens for a reason. But at the time, there was a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. But now I understand. At least I believe I do. Everything happens for a reason, and you just have to trust the process. So what really did it, my friend, and I thought she was my friend, I read a post on Facebook, and I was just kind of beside myself. She said, I was very inconsistent, which, yeah, she was true. I mean, it was right. But I also feel she didn't see what was going on behind the scenes, meaning the back and forth with the landlord, and the frustration that I was getting from the music. People were complaining about the music. When I say people, there was a hairstylist, a hair studio right next to the dance studio, and they were complaining about the noise. So I'm like, oh. That's why I desire to have my own freaking Rattle Playhouse, where I can blast the music as loud as I want, and I don't have to worry about walking on eggshells, because that is annoying. So anyway, so yeah, I've always had this emptiness of abandonment, thinking, man, why did my biological father leave? Was I not good enough? Yada, 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 all the stories. But now I look at it and I'm like, that has been part of the medicine. And so the medicine is a soul prescription, Rattle XR Drip. Rattle for movement, just like a rattlesnake rattles. And we express through our rattle suit, we express through our movement, our flow, however that looks, it's welcomed here. And it's honored and it's beautiful. And R is for release because, again, issues are in the tissues, I believe, and we don't want to keep that in. Think about it like this. You don't keep in your feces, like you go to the bathroom, you get it out, right? And that's how I look at energy release. We don't want to keep that built up in, because what happens? Diseases, our soul literally rots. So I have been working in the pit, the snake pit, the snake lab, and I cultivated that prescription. And then I have been putting it to work for the last 4 years, and it's alive, it's alive. And that feels very powerful. So what is alive? Rattle XR Drip. And it's a soul prescription. You take it with water, just H2O, and you just get into the present moment. You drink it and say, okay, what I'm rattling today, what I'm letting go is joy, grief. These are just examples. And I'm unplugging, meaning I'm letting go. I'm not thinking about what I'm doing for lunch. I'm not thinking about tomorrow. I'm in the present moment. Me, God, and my other rattlers. And we're letting go. We're moving our body. So that is what we do here, beautiful souls. And right now I'm in this leadership program. Oh, before I say that. And I channel RattleBones. RattleBones is that cool skeleton that you see in the mornings. You saw him this morning if you were rattling with us. And he's my bestie, and he loves you all deeply. So yeah, I'm in this leadership program, and they had, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I was in Virginia, and they had a COVID breakout. Thank God I did not get COVID. Thank God. However, so we left early, and I never seen the movie Footloose. And this is why I think it's so cool to reflect. Never seen the movie Footloose, ever. And I literally just saw it when we got back, and I've watched it already twice. But I didn't know they had those buses. There was a scene where they're at this, I don't know what you want to call it. It looks like a dirt pit. And they were racing these buses. Okay, this is the wild part. Not wild, but this is how God's Spirit has been leaving breadcrumbs. And this is what makes me really believe what I'm speaking about. I've been creating these Purge buses before I've even seen Footloose. And it's actually called Spirit Bus, because here everything is an invitation. And there's also accountability here. But we turn off comments because Venom unfortunately doesn't know how to read energy, so there's that. Anyway, the Spirit Bus is like the Uber, is like the Lyft, and that takes you to the Eden, so to speak, the new earth. And again, it's all internal. And the Spirit Bus, I was designing kind of like a Burning Man type of vibe, like a monster truck Spirit Bus with big fucking tires and LED lights and like a really cool masculine grill, like epic, right? And then we've also been talking about the what did I call it? Or teddy bear. And because I thought, okay, the teddy bear will resonate something into the inner child for safety. And this particular bus on Footloose, there was this bus and had teddy bears all over it, and it had an eagle. And the eagle is so powerful because my dad had an eagle of a, what the fuck am I saying? My dad had a tattoo of an eagle on his shoulder right here. And I thought that was very powerful because I've been seeing eagles, or like hawks, so to speak. And when I see that, I think of my dad. And I just thought that was very powerful. There is a eagle on the front of this bus, and my download was, okay, I literally go on this walk, like where we are right now, God, myself, and the Rattlers, and there are these buses. And I've been looking at these buses, I don't know, for a year, and I finally just watched Footloose. And then I'm like, oh my God, these buses look so familiar. I do have a goal. I do want to buy a bus and like deck it out, and that would be like the spirit bus. But anyway, this church is called Dream Church, which I thought that was pretty powerful too. So yeah, just like little breadcrumbs. So anyway, I have been feeling more alive since I've just been moving my body. And wow, I'm proud of myself because waking up early, the crack of dawn, it's not early. I am tired, but I also told myself, I'll sleep when I die. Right now, I'm enjoying moving my body, connecting with God, connecting with my Rattlers, and just having fun. It's an emotional healing practice, release. So that's what I've been doing, Rattlers. So this morning I woke up and I was telling myself, okay, I definitely want to take my dose of Rattle XR. I definitely need to move my body. But I was kind of thinking, well, shit, the girls are here. That means I can't play the music as loud as I want, but I want to stay consistent of just getting the muscle memory of waking up and then moving my body, because I really want to get into routine. So anyways, I got ready, channeled. Yesterday, we got some more mirrors. Like, my goal is to make a mirror tunnel. And here's the funny part. The mirrors are not even connected. So one of these, hopefully not, but if it happens, it happens. A mirror might follow me until we can connect it. But hey, fake it till you make it, right? So warning, the mirror might fall on me. And if it does, it's okay. I'll pick it up, keep it steady, and then we'll keep rattling. Because again, perfection doesn't breathe here. It's about just being in the flow. Anyway, Rattlers, I just want to say good morning. It's a beautiful day to be alive, and I appreciate you all. And have a beautiful weekend, and rattle that beautiful body of yours. All right, take care.